If you're still recovering from the end of Zombies 4 and the fact that the two leads we've been watching for years have passed the torch to two new characters, you're not alone. With a brand new generation of monsters and a giant water funnel erupting from the ocean, teasing that the upcoming Zombies 5 could be about mermaids, Zombies 4 did an incredible job setting up the future of the franchise. Today, we're diving into everything we know so far about Zombies 5, from cast interviews to clues in Zombies 4. Let's get into it. Unlike the previous three films in the franchise, Zombies 4 shifts focus away from most of the original cast. Aside from Zed, Addison, Willa, and Eliza, the rest of the familiar faces are missing. Instead, we're introduced to a new wave of characters. There's Victor, a young vampire, and Nova, a young daywalker. The film follows Zed and Addison as they mentor this new duo and help them navigate their own love story while creating peace between vampires and daywalkers. But here's where things get even more exciting. In the final scene of Zombies 4, right after Victor and Nova embrace, a massive water funnel bursts out of the ocean, a clear teaser for the next supernatural twist in the franchise. Fans are rightfully convinced, and I am too, that this means Zombies 5 will introduce aquatic creatures, most likely mermaids. This theory actually makes a lot of sense. If you remember the animated epilogue to Zombies 3, mermaids were already established as part of the larger universe. And with werewolves, zombies, aliens, and vampires already in the mix, the Zombies franchise is clearly becoming a full-blown supernatural universe. I'm so glad Disney is planning on expanding it even more. If Zombies 4 was about vampires and daywalkers learning to coexist, Zombies 5 might introduce new tensions between the existing monster groups and the incoming mermaids. Mermaids could be secretive, powerful, and mistrustful of land creatures. Their arrival might disrupt the fragile peace in Seabrook, leading to rivalries, alliances, or even battles. We also know that Zombies 4 hinted at the franchise expanding beyond Seabrook, so Zombies 5 could take place partially underwater or in an entirely new realm, maybe even an underwater kingdom. And I cannot even imagine the new aesthetics and music styles that would bring to the franchise. While all of this is being explored, we'll also continue to see Victor and Nova's love story. Their relationship will probably be tested as new characters arrive and tensions rise between different groups. There could be jealousy, misunderstandings, and more. You may ask, has Zombies 5 been officially confirmed by Disney? The answer is no, at least not yet. Disney hasn't made any formal announcement, but despite the silence, all signs point toward a follow-up being more likely than not. And there's plenty of evidence to support that. You'll see what I'm talking about. The main cast members, Milo and Meg, both talked to Deadline about the future of the franchise. They were very optimistic and excited about the direction things are headed. But there's also one thing that's crystal clear: Milo and Meg will not be the leads if the fifth movie happens. The story will follow Victor and Nova. Milo said the first three films felt like a complete trilogy and that Zombies 4 kicked off a whole new one. Meg added, "I feel like this movie, because the four of us are involved, it's very split between the two. I think it's literally just the start of the kids' story, and I feel like there needs to be another one to tell their story." So they didn't fully commit to returning themselves. I'm guessing even if their involvement is minor, they wouldn't want to spoil that. But from their interviews, it's clear that the franchise is going to continue with the story of Victor and Nova. I mean, in Zombies 4, there's literally a line in the song Possible where Addison sings about passing the torch to the newcomers. And the newcomers themselves, both actors are all in for a sequel. The actor who plays Victor said he would return 125% to the role. Freya, who plays Nova, shared similar excitement, saying she wants to explore more dynamics between the characters and dive deeper into Nova's story. So in summary, the new cast is ready, the original leads are supportive, Zombies 5 is definitely happening. But the question still remains, will Zed and Addison return? To me personally, it's hard to imagine a Zombies movie without them. They've been the emotional heart of the franchise since the beginning, but Zombies 4 already reduced their roles, and with the story shifting toward a new generation, Zombies 5 might go one step further and make Victor and Nova the true leads. That said, I don't think Zed and Addison should disappear entirely. They should still appear in some form, maybe as mentors again, or in smaller cameo-style roles. I just want to feel their presence, no matter how much screen time they get, you know? Does that make sense? Now let's talk release date. When can we expect it? Between Zombies 1 and 2, there was a 2-year gap. Between Zombies 3 and 4, it was more like a 3-year gap. So realistically, the earliest we might see Zombies 5 is 2027, or possibly 2028 if production takes longer. Of course, all of this depends on Disney giving the green light soon, so my fingers are crossed. I have a feeling Disney will give us news sometime this year, and production is likely to start next year. And we'll be getting teasers and trailers toward the end of next year. If you want to learn about the future of another Disney franchise, Descendants, check out this video.